Welcome to the Costello Coaching Podcast, where we talk about developing the human within the athlete. My vision is to enhance people's performance in all aspects of their lives. I hope you enjoy.
All right. Hey, welcome back to the Costello Coaching Podcast. I'm one of the co-hosts, or kind of a separate guy, Andrew Rohrbach. And I'm here with Tommy Costello, who is the host of the Costello Coaching Podcast. And today, I think that something that might be really good for us to talk about is some personal lives.
Where we're at?
Let's talk about a little bit of our personal lives, where we're at with our journey. I don't know if the listeners care about it, but maybe it sparks something interesting in our journey. So let's start this organically. Okay. Let's start with, on a scale of 1 to 10, Tommy, in your professional life, personal life, and spiritual life, where would you rank them and why?
Professional life, 8.25. Spiritual life, 7.75 and growing. Personal life, 5.2.
Why?
I mean, I think I feed the beast of the business, like in my professional work, more than anything else in my life. I do my best to really get better at my spiritual life. Like that's a daily practice, and there's consistencies there. And I knew that needed some help, so I got to work on it about 25 months ago, and it's growing and it's getting better. If you asked me that 3 years ago, I would have said like a 2.5. So that's really, grown a lot. And then personal life, like I always feel like I could be a better brother. I could be a better friend. I consistently feel like I'm kind of lacking in those categories, or in that category. I could be a better son. I could check in. I could respond to my mom's text more often. And it's, I don't beat myself up for it, but I'm like, man, I got to show up for people that love me and care about me a little bit more. But I'm consistently showing up and doing all I can for the people that pay me. And that's the truth. And so that's where I'm at.
Oh man, that struck a chord with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
No, because I feel like too often we get stuck in that. We put our attention on the things that are paying us and not too much attention on the things that are loving us.
Sure. I think it's natural. To kind of like want where you can like see growth. It's like hard, like people already love you and care about you. It's like, oh, where do I grow there? And the truth is though, like we should be, in my eyes, and I've gotten a really good grasp on this, and this is why I kind of like ranked them where I ranked them. Like I'm actually improving in all of them. Like I said, 2.5 probably in spiritual life 25 months ago. Probably a 3.5 a year ago in family life, personal maybe, and business, probably like a 6. If I'm comparing myself to today's scores.
What's the difference between all those? Why
I
they
think
change?
Actually,
let me ask you this question. It's
Sure.
a better question. Out of all three of those, what have you devoted more time to that might be feeding more of them? Or is that true?
Okay, so this is the way I think about it. You know how people say, "Oh, you got to have balance in life." Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually we had a podcast about this.
Yeah, we talked about it
6-7 months ago, maybe 5 months ago. Anyways, this is my new take on balance. Balance is actually holding yourself to a high standard in every category and putting your best effort towards every category. Meaning, like, be honest with the scores you give yourself in those aspects and get better at it. Like, I could have better balance if I chose to be better in my personal life, if I chose to be better in my spiritual life, if I chose to be better in my business life.
Bro.
Yeah.
This was insane that I just heard you say that out of your mouth.
Why?
Because using your timeline 5 months ago, you would have, I think the narrative that you were saying, and I could be wrong on this, was that if you just love what you do, you'll find balance in it. And I think what I was trying to do, or I don't know if I did on that podcast very well, but is almost exactly what you said, is do the best you can with all the categories, but you got to put some effort into all of them. And I also think, this is just my thoughts on it. And
I'm going to run the tapes on this podcast. And
it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'd love it. I think in order to be good at all of the categories that you want to, you have to have very, very strict boundaries and limits within each one of them.
Totally is what I've gotten better at in business. Boundaries.
Yeah.
And I'll continue to have to grow in that category. But
which is honestly a good problem to have, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it means you're creating action.
Yeah, you're creating action, but you're also...
Where are you at with those three?
Gosh, with my personal, professional, and spiritual?
Does it affect it that I scored it that way? Or
No bias at all. No bias at all. I'm also going to just... I'm just going to say like an actual numerical value and not add a decimal on it like you did.
Okay.
That's not guilting.
So what am I going to round? So at 9 on my business, 5 on my personal life.
No, I just thought I'm just teasing you. I just thought it was funny. You went like 5-2 on one of them. I was like, man, this is such a Tommy answer, so specific.
Yeah, dialed in.
No, I was just poking at you with that. I'll start with spiritual because that's the easiest one for me to answer. I feel like the last 4 or 5 years of my life, I've shown up consistently in that. That's been like a huge portion of my attention's gone to the spiritual. I'd say I'm probably a 9.5 out of that. I'm learning how to create healthy boundaries right now. I'm learning when to say no. I'm also learning value in people. And I'm learning more about myself and what ticks and how I operate more than I ever have in my entire life. And I'm more unapologetic about it. And I credit that to all the spiritual work that I've done with Joe and Julia. And, those are my 2 therapists that I kind of confide in. And I'm also learning how to be with men and be more vulnerable with men in all the right ways. Because I think in our society...
What are the wrong ways?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know if there's necessarily wrong ways. Technically, like, I don't know, abusing somebody.
Sure.
That would probably be not the best, but vulnerable in the way of like, hey, I'm a man. I have feelings. I have thoughts too.
Sure.
And I've been through some shit. You've been through some shit.
Mm-hmm. But that goes back to like, who do you trust, to share that with?
Yeah. We've talked about that in a previous podcast, but yeah, I'm much better at that than I ever have been. And I credit that to all the spiritual work. So I'd say a 9 out of 10. My professional life is, so I'm in school right now getting my master's in sports psychology, and then I work a full-time job, helping a kid that I deeply care about. Like, I love this kid to death, and helping him with baseball and everything in between the sun with it. It's a very rewarding job, and it's challenging in all the right areas for me. I still struggle with boundaries and how to operate within that space. Sports psychology and psychology in general is just such a gray area. And in a gray area, it's really important to establish those boundaries because it's not black and white. Mm-hmm. And so I struggle with my professional life in that aspect, but I'm getting better at it. Because it's tough to care for somebody and want to help somebody and then establish boundaries.
What's your number there?
Did I not give a number? Probably 6 out of 10.
9 out of 10 spiritual, 6 out of 10 professional.
Yeah. And then personal. Oh man, probably personal life. I have an incredible girlfriend, amazing dog. I have amazing parents,
Quincy.
Family, Quincy the dog. But I don't give enough time to that because I'm too focused on other things. I'd give it a 3 out of 10. And I wish it was more. I wish I served more. I wish I spent more quality time with my family, more quality time with my friends like you.
Yeah.
What
do we do there? How do we get better there?
For myself?
I mean, both of us scored that as our lowest.
Yikes. Good question. The answer for me...
Are we supposed to be good there?
I would like to be better there.
You know, in the early stages of launching something, are you supposed to be good there?
Yeah, like, are you asking...
Is anyone who's accomplished in their 40s and 50s, like, you know, you look at as like a figure who's accomplished, like, were they really good in their personal life at that point?
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the show. Only way this podcast grows is if it's shared. So please share it with your friends, family, or anyone you feel like it can help enhance their performance in their life. A little karma goes a long way. Let's get back to the show.
I don't have a specific answer for that because I'm not exactly sure based off the specifics of that person's life. But if I'm going to answer in general terms and completely, you know, not look at my peripherals and what Lucas is doing with his hands over there as an 18-year-old.
Who's very hungry.
Who's very hungry and motivated
very
for
successful.
Success.
He's very successful.
I think he said to me one time before, I have a fear of being poor.
Yeah.
So
Who, me or Lucas?
Lucas. I always remember that because he was so sincere about it. So that's not negating like your thoughts and emotions with it. But I just remember going, yeah, I've been there too. I just don't like operating in that. So,
give an answer. You think like anyone's had balance there? No way. No way.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to have balance with everything. But that's a goal. That's a goal for me, honestly. It's a goal for me because I think if I'm more balanced in every other aspect, those other things feed more creativity for the thing I'm trying to be successful at. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, if you don't have balance, in my opinion, of some sort, like some boundaries within something else is going to take you away from it. But I don't know. That's also tough because sometimes I like a nice little retreat by myself to spend no time with family, no time with my professional life, and no time with my spiritual life, and just spend time with me, and that feeds the fucking dragon, you know?
Yeah. The dragon. I like that. I agree.
I feel like Lucas would have liked that.
Yeah, Lucas thinks that's funny. When Lucas goes and edits this, he's going to think about the dragon.
Yeah. You're going to use that, huh?
Yeah, feeding the dragon. Feeding the dragon. What's the dragon here in this reference?
Oh gosh.
Or if an 18-year-old listens to it, it's in the gutter.
No,
I feel like the dragon, though, in all honesty, is like I heard it as like the spirit. Like, you know, you're.
Let's use the profession. Yeah, so that's what I'm
seriously,
referring
though.
to. That's
like,
what I'm referring to. Not
like it's like that inner being of like that wildness and that
not
natural.
the thing between your legs. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. There you go.
Not that dragon.
But yeah,
Call that the snake.
What are you working on right now?
What am I working on?
Because I'm wearing this Costello Coaching nice Legends t-shirt. Shout out Legends.
In terms of what professional, spiritual, or personal?
Gosh, do we want to get into personal and spiritual, or should we stay professional?
I don't care.
Let's go. I'm honestly, Tommy, I'm more interested in your personal.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you are.
Because here's the thing. If I'm being honest with you, I don't have to worry about you professionally. Like, and I hope you don't worry about yourself professionally, which it makes sense that you do. It makes sense that you do because we all do. But from an outsider's perspective,
I have confidence there. Like professionally, I have confidence there. I'm always working on it. I gotta continue to feed it. And I was kind of like insecure about it. I'm a little bit more secure about it. I'm really professionally, honestly, where I'm working is I love empowering people that work with me, or like I guess people on the outside would say work for me. I don't feel that way, but I love helping people like wear the logo and wear the brand, and they get empowered to do the work that they love and make money doing it. Like I love that. That's what I'm really working towards is how can I build more coaches that are impacting more lives, that are making more money? How can I build that ecosystem? That's really what I'm working on professionally, and like what systems do I need in order to do that? How much money do I need to generate to do that? What kind of time and energy do I offer them? What kind of insights, coaching, like professionally, that's where my mind's at there is like, how can I just keep building these people up?
Yeah.
And then also balancing that with making sure my athletes are taken care of and the guys that work with me, and like I'm showing up with my best self to those people. Now, that right there is what I'm working on personally, right? Personally, really just like, it's interesting. Sometimes I challenge myself so much that I feel like I just need a nap. And like Steven talks about the hero's journey.
Yeah. Have the users not been aware of your 12-hour or 24-hour naps?
Yeah.
That you have?
Oh, yeah. You can tell them about that.
So, sometimes Tommy works himself down to the bone, which I love and appreciate about it. And then I'll text him on a Saturday and he'll go, hey, I'm just not feeling that good. And I'll go, all right, man, get some rest. And then he'll text me Monday morning, hey, I feel great. I actually slept the entire Sunday.
Yep.
Like,
I need today off.
to not be awake at all.
Like hibernate for a day and then get back to it. And just like stack sleep.
Yeah, then the phone call Monday morning is
like electric.
It's so electric. It's like, dude, this is the best. I feel amazing. This is going to be the best week of my entire life.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what I need from Tommy, that type of energy.
Yeah. So, I mean, personally though, I would say I'm working on like clearing. The way I think about it is like clearing my lymphatic system. So I know that kind of sounds technical, but when I get a lot of cluttered thoughts, when I don't know why I'm feeling things emotionally, digging down and maybe digging back some time to understand like, wait, what's going on here? Like, why am I feeling this way towards people? Like, why am I projecting this kind of emotions? Why am I tired? Like, why am I tired? I'm conditioned for this work. I love this work. If I'm feeling good about myself, this work isn't tiring. And I had no more, training sessions, or I had no more workouts. I didn't push myself physically. Why am I feeling tired? And a lot of it is I'm holding on to stuff emotionally. And that's what crowds the front of my brain. And so the mechanisms in which to kind of clear those things, conversations with the trusted tribe, and really working through those and being challenged by those tribal members to kind of work through those, clear my mind out and give me energy. And so in my personal life, being really like aware of, whoa, why aren't you like able to show up for those people that you really want to show up for? Like what are you holding on to that makes you not present here in this moment? And so like how I do that, right? Like how do I get that done? Work on my dreams, write down my dreams.
Yeah, you have a dream guy, right?
Yeah. So work on my dreams, really crystal clear on these things. Like if I read you these things, you'd be like, holy cow, that's like 3 paragraphs for one dream. Yeah. Like dialed in every detail of what's going on in my sleep and my subconscious and my belief pattern is like, that's where God's talking to me is like, in my dreams. Wait, why are those people showing up in my dreams? Like, are those people showing up in my dreams for what reason? Like, where is the attachment maybe to that person or what kind of energy that person brings? And like, that's where my personal work and spiritual work is.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I just hear all sorts of curiosity, and like you're buying into the process of like getting curious on something like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, totally. Like
dude,
on the surface level, it's like, oh, that's, that is what it is.
Dude, I call that grappling with life.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that.
That's a good illustration.
I love to grapple. Like I want to let's get like, I don't understand this. I'm interested in this process. I'm interested in not understanding something and all the processes that happen of the highs and lows of that.
Yeah.
And that's why I call it grappling. Like sometimes you're going to be pinned on your back. Sometimes you're going to be on top and you're going to be, wrestling with it. And you're going to have some sense of clarity.
Sure.
Are you cool with that process? I hear you like going through this whole curiosity of not understanding something and then getting clarity on it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's like that. That's what I'm working on big time. And then structuring time for recovery has been huge.
Dude, this is electric.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this.
Okay. So
shout out Steven,
but Dr. K too.
Yeah, Dr. K as well.
Do you know who Dr. K is? You should visit her.
Yeah.
She treats everyone, but she's an acupuncturist.
Oh, you've talked to me about her.
10 weeks now with her.
Sweet.
Feel so much better. And I told her, I said, I actually asked her Tuesday, I said, this week, I said to her, I came in and she said, well, I'll run it back. The first couple of weeks, she's like, you're too stressed. Like, you're too stressed. You're too tense. Like, be joyful and let life come to you. Quit chasing it. Just all the right things. And Chinese lady who is just sent from God to treat people. Like, she is born to what she does. Incredibly knowledgeable. She is so smart. Nutrition, life. She's on it. Like, she really is. And so she challenged me in a lot of areas. Like, first couple of things were like cutting out some foods that were basically getting my system out of whack. She took caffeine away from me. She took dairy away from me, grains, and I had to get really disciplined in what I was putting in my body. And it kind of brought me back to like a homeostasis.
Yeah.
Got treated. These needles killed. Like, she was hitting me in spots when I started. I think it was almost like 40 something needles that I was getting in like my stomach and my head, and working through different components. And now, like, I went in there and I asked her, I said, I feel great. Like, what kind of treatment do I need? She's like, you don't need any treatment. And I was like, no, I know, but I kind of like the accountability of like showing up and paying you like every Tuesday and you sticking needles in me. And like, if you see me, you can tell, like, so I have what drove me in there was like, I only do things like if things are glaring. This is like a problem of mine. so I only rest if like I feel like I can't move. So like, and then so I'll sleep for a day.
Yeah.
And then another thing is like I would get injured in baseball if like I would throw until like I couldn't even throw. Like all right, I don't have a UCL. Like I can't throw it there. Like maybe I'm done. And I would just do that like my whole career. I played with a broken hand in high school football for 3 games. I snapped my hand in half. I stayed on base till the inning was over. Like, I don't know. It's just like a weird thing. I don't go until it's like really necessary, or I don't stop until it's like really necessary to stop. And so with that being said, Dr. K's kind of helped me with that. And I showed up with like terrible eczema. It was like the reason that I went in there was because my eczema was like making me a little insecure about like how bad my skin looked. Like my leg was like red. My feet were gross. Like I didn't even like looking at them. And I was like, I'm definitely off in my nutrition somewhere. I don't want a cream from a dermatologist. Like something internally is off. My stress is high. I was like scratching the sides of my legs, like at night, my legs were bleeding, and something was really bad. Like I was bruised, like it wasn't good. And that was like 10, 12 weeks ago. And so she treated me, and so now I told her I'll just pay you every Tuesday to make sure that I don't have dairy. Because every time I go in there, she's like, any dairy?
So you're not eating dairy, any grains or any of that stuff?
I'll have grains a little bit. I mostly meats, vegetables, and fruit and water. It's a good balanced diet. And but like, you know, she says that, you know, having ice cream and like milk and those types of things are, you know, when you're like a baby, you want your mom's tit and you're just kind of like looking for nourishment and like support and love and care. And so I think of like the movies where the movies where like the breakup movies, what are those? Rom-coms?
Yeah, rom-coms.
And they get broken up with and then they sit there and eat the whole jug of ice cream.
Yeah.
Like that. I wasn't doing that, but I was like, you know, seeking those kind of foods.
Yeah.
And so the foods that you seek in her perspective, and I totally agree with, and people can think whatever they want to think, but the foods that we seek have a lot to do with the emotions that we have and the psychology and kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
And so the discipline to the clean, you know, to get my protein, I'm having this clean meat. To get my micronutrients and carbs, I'm going to have these fruits and vegetables. And it's that simple.
Yeah. Yeah, I can attest to that. When I stopped playing ball, I tried to do the modeling thing again because I had a past of doing that. And I went into this whole concept of, I was vegan at the time.
Okay.
And I wouldn't eat anything bad.
Sure.
And this is, again, I don't want to speak ill, but it's like this concept called orthorexia, which is like a new eating disorder, which is where you won't eat anything bad.
Yeah.
It's like it's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Right
and
now.
I'm not that crazy.
Right.
Like, I don't give a shit if I have some ice cream and I just tell Dr. K, I walk in there and I'm like, hey, I had caffeine and ice cream. Like,
throw some needles in me and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So having acceptance of it is great. But when I was going through that process, I was too perfect that I would literally drive home from work. And I've never had this in my life. I'd drive home from work and I'd sit there and I'd just pass all these fast food restaurants and I'd look left and right.
That feeling.
And I'd go, yeah, I guess I technically haven't eaten in 10 hours because I worked and then I just didn't eat that much. And I had, a couple, things of spinach this morning. I was starved. My body was starved. And I would just sit there and go, oh God. And it was like someone was I couldn't get myself home before I'd go and binge all this crazy food.
Really?
Oh,
what kind?
Oh,
what was your orders?
Taco Bell would be a big one.
Really?
It's a really not good idea, but somewhat of a good idea. There's like 2 a.m, just a bunch of donuts.
Really?
Oh, I used to go. I think it was called like Winchell's Donut House or something, and I used to just crush donuts. Spend $10 to get a dozen donuts, and I'd pound probably 6 of them. Yeah.
That would throw me off for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Well, so it did, and so just going back to your point, talking about emotional eating. It was all tied to emotions.
Yeah.
I was going through a rough time in my life, and then I would just be perfect. And my body's just like, hey, that's not balance. Like it's okay to like find it. And I just couldn't find it. And the only way I found it was by eating myself into not feeling any emotions.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing. Yeah. So I went and saw a dietitian for it and I'm good now. But yeah, I definitely have
you look great.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You look strong. You look like you could do anything in the gym.
I can do anything in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect form, right?
Yeah. Perfect form. And I think I've never done
You're
anything.
like excellent in the gym.
Perfect. You could use the word perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try to compete with you in the gym. I did one night and it was hard.
Yeah. That was a Sunday that you didn't wake up. Remember, you were sleeping the whole time?
That is true, actually.
Yeah, so it's like I just feel bad for you.
Yeah,
so I'm
put me in a coma.
Just for the listeners, I've never done anything wrong, and I'm perfect.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the show. I hope you benefited from this. Give the show a follow, share it, and comment what you'd like to hear more of, so we can help more people perform in all aspects of their lives.